Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the finals. Fat Chunks assemble up against Gypsy Crew would not have been what I expected today, Cret, when we saw Complexity, Dignitas, 5am all in the mix as well. But this is the finals we've got.
I actually called this. You can't prove I didn't.
Didn't. You didn't.
You
call
can't
it.
prove that.
I can. I was here. You didn't say anything.
I wasn't talking
Hence
to
you
you.
didn't call it.
I wasn't talking
Who you
to you.
talking to? Who you talking to then?
Other friends.
Friends.
Yeah, I have friends. So the band's coming out: Circuit, Vulcan, fairly standard. Alquang removed as well. Fat Chunks not willing to deal with that one. Once again, not a very photogenic. He's not comfortable on camera. Is really what it comes down to.
He's not comfortable.
So.
Just like me. I get it. We should just put a picture of me there. I'm not comfortable on camera. But Vulcan gets banned away, as we saw. Giannis is the second ban for Gypsy Crew. Back over to Fat Chunks now for their first pick. And straight away they're going to lock in Noir. Surprising with 4 on the table. And Sylvanas available. Is he Noir taken away straight away?
Yeah, I mean, especially because Whirlwind, I feel like as a player, is known for hitting big mage ultimates. Like, that's kind of what he does. And Noir is the character that does that for free. But hey, you know, whatever floats their boat. Geb Kali locked in for Gypsy Crew. Kali is something that Unique plays very well, so not only is this a great pickup for Flawless 22, and he has done well with it in the last 2 games, but it also takes something away from Unique, who is a key part of the Chunks roster.
Well, looking at it right now, I'm interested to see where that Kali's going to play, because she was in solo, played by Flawless last time, but will she be in the jungle this game? Is the question. I mean, they can leave it as a versatile pick, because it works out pretty well. I guess it was just to do with the matchup more than anything, crap.
I mean, I honestly think Lane Kali is horribly underestimated. Because she has clear, and people are like, oh, she doesn't have clear, but she does. And so, I feel, at the very least, Flawless 22 is clearly comfortable in picking this Kali into any solo laner. Ymir, though, for the Chunks.
For the Chunks, you may be locked in. Could be jungled up, but with Nemesis being locked in, it's more than likely going to be in the support lane. Agony locked in for Gypsy Crew's back into the counter banning phase now. It's Gypsy Crew's first ban to make. They still need to ban away a Hunter potentially here, or a mid solo laner. It depends whether they're going to put Kali. They could look to try and take something away that Kali might have issues with in the solo. But a lot of options still available for both teams.
A lot of options indeed. The Gypsy Crew on the right-hand side, they're going to get rid of Rom, so taking that option away from the Chunks Hunter. Not Samshrew, 80 carried is playing with them today. And Apollo removed as well, so they're just taking Hunters off the board. Nobody gets to play the Hunter they want to play. And that's always interesting.
Well, it is. I mean, Anhur's still on the table, Ul's still on the table, so we could go to, you know, the tier 2
AMC is on the table.
Hunters.
Cupid's on the table.
We could see.
on the table. We could go to
Freya.
the tier 4 Hunters.
We could go to Freya.
Yeah,
How
we
about
could do that too. That would make
How
more
about
sense. There it is.
There we go.
Did you peek?
I did not peek.
Oh man, you're too good.
And look, I may have peeked. I may have peeked. I'm not gonna lie, man. I may have peeked.
I called this one though. I called the on her.
I said it before you. Okay, never mind. Anhur is being locked
Dude, I
in
told it when
by
I woke up.
Fat
I'm wearing
Chunks.
on her socks.
This is what I have to put up with, chat. I have to deal with. Ares being hovered over here as well by Fat Chunks as their final pick, which means that is a I'm
Solo.
confused now, I was gonna say
Solo.
I don't know. Solo against
Cyclone
Kali?
Spin does whatever he wants.
Goobis versus Kali.
Please.
I want to see that fight. I want to see that.
Kali
fight.
wins that very hard.
Really? Why would she?
Ultimate.
3-5?
Well, yes, and also
In
3-5
ultimate,
Kali
yeah.
gets destroyed. But the other thing is that Kali can actually, I don't want to say out DPS, but health bar to health bar, Anubis ult and 3 versus Kali auto attacking, Kali can out DPS it, can win. Just in a straight fight.
It's gonna be Arachne.
Well, Arachne is incredibly scary. And so that's going to be Ymir in the support role, and then Arachne.
I'm disappointed. I
in the
wanted Ymir solo. I wanted Ymir solo, so I had to see that.
It would have been fun.
Well, it's going to be Fenrir again in the jungle, which means it is going to be Kali solo one more time. So we expected that possibility would be available to them, but they're going to go once again with Fenrir in the jungle. Fenrir, I mean, that whole team played really, really well last game. They're going to run one slight difference in this composition. Instead of having a physical hunter, they're going to run Freya in that role instead. That's going to be up against the Ymir and her lane, which is going to have some issues clearing, especially with a Geb alongside it.
My only worry is that the tower killing potential, which was so strong for Gypsy Crew last game, did take a substantial hit from picking up the Freya. That said, they still seem very good at killing whatever they want, and I think it's going to be a very scary match, especially for Aurora playing Ymir.
I mean, the biggest issue as well for Fat Chunks to deal with is Gypsy Crew have Carly that you want to focus in a team fight, and also Freya that you want to focus in a team fight.
Yeah.
And both of these are going to get a lot of farm because they're not jungling, they're in the lanes. So it's going to be a big issue to see how Fat Chunks deal with this. But Fat Chunks, an established team, we've seen them all before in the Pro League. We'll see them again now on your screens in the final. Guys, we'll be right back after a few minutes after these guys have loaded in and we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the finals. They are now live and underway. Gypsy Crew versus Fat Chunks assemble. Fat Chunks will be starting on the bottom side of the map, the left-hand side of your spectator UI. We will see Cyclone Spin playing solo lane, Arachne, Unique in the jungle playing Nemesis, Horrywind in mid lane playing Noir, AD Carried and Aurora in the dual lane playing Anher and Ymir respectively. And we get a pause, boys. What have we got across the other side, though?
Well, pause, boys. On the other side is the Gypsy Crew. We saw them last game, and we're going to see him again. Penyemba playing Geb in the support role, with Giliara reprising his role as Fenrir in the jungle. Too many apples in the mid lane, this time with too many bombs on Agni. Flawless 22 will be playing Kali in the solo lane, and it's going to be Vicium playing Freya Hunter.
So Unique has not paid his internet connection fare, so he'll be quickly joining us back soon, I expect. There we go. Quick check-in though. Arachne looks like she's going for Heart. Is it going to be a Heartseeker, do you expect here? Transcendence, or...?
I mean, if you're rushing it, Heartseeker. You don't really need to rush a Transcendence, honestly. Because the stack's only 22 physical power, it's like 55 off the bat or whatever. The vast majority is just on purchase, so get it whenever it's convenient. And... well, let's be honest, first item Transcendence, not really that convenient.
See what's going to happen at the start of this game. Oh, another quick Pauzerino coming out. Looks like somebody on the enemy team has also not paid their internet connection, so we're going to wait a few seconds for that one as well. But what we can do is talk about the lane matchups. Now, the most interesting one for me has got to be Arachne versus Kali. Assassin solo lanes. Let's go. How would this lane play out?
Well, early on, I think it's really in Arachne's favor just because she's a little scared. She's a lot scarier. She's really scary. And Kali just, early on, her threat is just basically the Lash, and that's about it. Lash is an underestimated ability. It hits really hard, but that's really her only threat. Actually, hold on. Yeah, 5-man group on left-hand side. If they can get an Impale into a freeze, they could find someone. But yeah, it just doesn't find the right wall, and it's not going to be a kill. Wards come out, and
where is Apples going? Apples is
trying
going
to find
on
a way out.
Adventure time. That's what Apples is doing now. Already uses the path of flames to try and escape.
He's gonna suicide.
He's gonna have to, but can Unique get the kill? I think Unique can make it.
Thing.
Unique can make it with boots, or will he?
If Unique gets an assist, all right. So Unique gets an assist there, right? Yeah, he does.
Yep.
He picks up 90 gold for that, and honestly, about half a bar of experience, making that a very valuable assist. That's gonna jumpstart Unique's farm a lot.
He should hit level 2 relatively quicker than expected. He will hit level 3 quicker as well, which means he might not need to soak off one of his laners before hitting that level 5 that is so important to the junglers. Mid camps are due to spawn, everyone's back in position, but look at this, Aurora and Carried in a position to try and counter steal these ones away. Actually going to use the Hog to deny too many apples even further after that first blood. Technically not first blood, first Phoenix. What do we call that? Phoenix blood.
Yeah, technically it's not first blood. Unfortunate circumstance resulting in a death and an assist. I don't think we have a word for that. Let's call it an apple.
Unfortunate. Let's just call it an unfortunate circumstance resulting in a death and assist. It's so easy.
Right.
It rolls off the tongue. It rolls off the tongue, indeed. Dual lane, solo lane right now, you can see Cyclone Spin and Unique putting the early push onto Flawless and Fenrir. Left hand side though, that early invade coming out from Aurora and AD carried onto those mid harpies meant they lost a little bit of push in this lane at the beginning, but they will get that back. They are against the Freya and Geb, so not too surprising, but Unique already rotating out of this solo lane, looking at mid.
Yeah, so Unique, because he's already ahead, because Horrywind is ahead as well, their sharing is just a lot. Unique can take more from the mid laner without Heroine falling behind, which is so nice for the jungler and can really jumpstart this Nemesis. Especially because Nemesis against Fenrir is not really the best matchup for Unique here. I mean, you don't have any way to interrupt the Brutalize, really just have to rely on that shield, which is not always the best option.
Speed buff goes over to Unique now. He's still only level 3, but close to level 4. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Fenrir is on the same path right now, but there's still a red buff available for Unique to take, so he will hit level 5 a little bit quicker. They'll rotate for that red buff now. Arachne in the solo lane doing a good job of pushing early, as to be expected against this Carly, who's going to play very, very passively in this lane, because, as you stated, correct, she's scary.
She is scary, for sure. In the duel lane, we haven't talked about it too much, but clear advantage should be going the way of Gypsy Crew, as Geb is a poor clearing support and Freya is a poor clearing hunter, whereas, honestly, Ymir, it's underestimated how good he is at clearing waves.
Now going to walk back to mid lane once again. Level 5 actually going to be online for Fenrir relatively soon as well. He just needs one more camp himself, and he will hit it all one lane of farm. Mid Harpy is due to spawn in about 40 seconds time, so a bit of passivity at the moment. Nobody really going too aggressive in any of the lanes. Not to be surprised really, as both these teams, I think, will be the mid Harpies if we see a fight anywhere, correct?
Yeah, for sure. Mid Harpies, it's likely going to be the next fight, and I think it's really about Aurora, right? He's sort of the biggest source of burst damage for Fat Chunk going into this mid-camp fight. And Unique and Heroine will arrive just in time. They're both level 5. Everyone on the Chunks is level 5. And Penyemba and Vishim still level 4. They need this next wave. So Aurora actually seems to be sticking around. Gonna actually go for some aggression. Yeah, nice banish there, but it's gonna sacrifice his presence at the mid camp. So now it's up to Unique and Heroine, and it is a big sacrifice because Aurora is so powerful at the mid camps here. But looks like Unique is just gonna be able to hog them.
He's not gonna get spied rotating around here, and with that ultimate coming out from Unique, he's gonna slow them down. And wall cuts off too. The freeze does not connect though. Geb's gonna survive for now. We use the roll to get away. The doggy picks up the bone, but he doesn't manage to find anything else from him. The
too many apples. Impale. Backside.
AD carried. He's gonna zone him off. Too many apples in a lot of trouble here. The wall is causing so many issues. That pillar was huge, and Heroine gets the kill. First blood to Fat Chunks.
Yeah, so not only did he have an unfortunate circumstance involving an assist and a phoenix, and a death, he also gave it first blood. Too many apples, not having too much luck in this game. Heartseeker is done from Arachne, so we're going to start stacking that up, and that's going to make her very scary anytime she gets close to anyone because of how well her poison scales. Initial damage 35%, and then an extra 60. There's 95% scaling on that ability from the Heartseeker.
Speed invade coming out here from Fat Chunks as well. They've got the timer, they know when it's up, but Geb's in the area, Fenrir on the side as well. They might try and collapse on Unique, but he does have the dash if he so needs it. But now with Flawless coming around, they're just going to disengage from that one. No speed invade going to happen.
Well, rotating back to the middle lane is Heroine here. The speed invade, as you mentioned, not going to work out. But blue invade could on the left-hand side, as Ymir is very good at invading these camps. He just has so much burst damage with his ultimate, with him with gods.
Well, he's got no hog, and Aurora has the hog available. He's going to have to give this one up unless Geb can make a big play. I doubt he's going to be able to, though. There's the hog from Aurora. He's going to take the blue buff and say, no AD carried. The blue buff is mine. I need this.
Yeah, and on the right-hand side, was that a blue invade over there? No, they're just blocking off the blue, not letting Kelly go to it. She's going to have to jump in, but now with her jump down,
she's going to be able to get away from that one. The wall coming out from Ymir on the left, followed by a banish from Vetium. He's not going to get hit by the Impale. The pillar was good. The Impale was not, however. So no fight there. Blue buff going to be taken by Unique. Cyclone Spin on this right-hand side now, as we go back to a bit of normality for a few minutes as we wait for the next big harpies to respawn.
Yeah, I mean, only one invade there, so it is a slight advantage to Fat Chunk, and they've actually managed to amass a 2,500 experience advantage. And that is really massive.
It's huge.
Not entirely sure where that came from, because they've gotten a kill, gotten an assist, and invaded a blue buff.
Oh, there's 2-level difference between Nuwa and Agni right now in this mid lane. There's some of the experience difference, but what has Nuwa done that's a difference? She only got the kill. A bit of no real invasion coming out. The Harpies was traded evenly in mid lane as well, I believe. Left's
but it's also just everyone is ahead. The only even in levels is on her and Freya. Support is ahead, mid's ahead, jungle's ahead, solo was ahead, just hitting level 9 is Kali, but Arachne soon to be level 9.
I guess it's just the push factor that's caused all that. Now Aurora's going to say the mid left harpies as well. Right one's due to spawn in about 20 seconds time, so we'll see some possible contestation over that. Aurora's going to hang around here, Unique's in the area as well, but Fenrir's going to be careful about his position here. Going to get hit by the Will have to jump away. Will Unique continue chasing in? Yes, he will, but he's going to walk straight into some damage from too many apples, but not enough to really cause him an issue. Good stun though, and Nuwa's going to take to this guy, trying to break up Fenrir. Fenrir survives to live to fight the day, but they're going to lose the right hand harpies because of it.
Yeah, he's going to have to live to fight another day. Hold on, in the left-hand lane, it's AD carried versus Vicium. One more auto attack doesn't connect, and that kill is going to go to Freya. Well played.
That's really, really big for Freya to be able to bring down that kill on her own. I mean, she also got hit by the Nuar ultimate as well. So that was a really, really big pickup to be able to trade that one off against AD carried, win that fight, especially against an Anhu, who's one of the best boxers in the Hunter role.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to the Fatalis that Freya... Actually, I just finished up. It was Fatalis too. Poisons.
Flawless dies to the poison, does not pop his ultimate, did not expect to take that much damage, dies to the poison damage. The Cyclone just walked away after the venomous bite. Ouch.
Yeah, I think he had enough mana too, so...
He's playing the ultimate game again. He's playing hardcore Kali. We discussed this. He did this last game, and it worked out. He won the game, so he's doing it again.
It's good luck. It's karma.
It's strats.
So
he's
when
making
he
people
does
forget.
ult, it's really good.
He's making people forget he has an ultimate. So when he does use the ultimate, the mind is blown. They don't
really
expect
confused.
it. Really, really smart. Next level strats.
Well, in the middle lane, a freeze onto Penyemba, but Aurora's going to be in trouble as he's pulled back into the tower. That bomb's not going to connect, but it doesn't matter. The tower, the Brutalize, just doing enough, and Aurora not able to ult in time there. He didn't realize what he was getting himself into.
Gypsy are playing really well once again. They're up against a tough opposition here. They're doing what they can. Vet team's actually going to trade off with AD carried and just clear this wave out. They are behind on experience in gold right now, but in the finals they're going to go for this gold fury. They did step on a ward transition from the mid lane here, so AD carried knows this is up. They're trying to burst this one down. AD carried's going to be a little bit too late. I feel is at 35%. It's going to go down before they can do anything, or can he? One kill for the gold fury. It's going to be able to get worse.
Man, I don't think they're going to be able to get more. Just disengage a little bit too strong. Maybe a blue invade off of that. Jumping forward is AD carried, but he can't quite find Vicium. And we've seen this duel before. Vicium won the last one. But Unique is here. Nice impale. Great auto attack. And, yeah, this is competitive Smite. It's a 5-man game, and the fights are not always fair. But the points, they matter.
4-2. Whose line is it? Anyway, reference going on as Flawless manages to put some tower pressure on Aurora over here to defend. Already lost his tier 1 tower in the jungle. Some invasion from Unique and Cyclone Spin. They're going to try and collapse onto too many apples in mid. I feel here they're looking at the option, but instead they're going to go for the speed invade. Cyclone Spin scoring his way through the jungle right now, straight to the speed buff. It's going to be a 3v2 fight. I feel.
Yeah, Cyclone Spin is very strong right now. He's going to be hitting very hard with those bites. It's fully ranked up, so you've got 450 base damage plus the 95% scaling. It's incredible.
So left hand side, you can see Anhu just continuing to farm up as much as possible in this lane. Devour's gone at 37 stacks. Frey on the other side does have the haste and Fatalis online. Mid camps on the left do go in favor of Gypsy. Right wants to spawn in about 10 seconds time. And we'll see probably a fight for that one. As you can see, Geb rotating around the back. Aurora needs to be careful here.
Yeah, Geb rotating around the back and gonna get frozen out, but we've seen this before. Aurora picked up, will start taking some damage, dash through, Nuwa ultimate. Aurora's gonna use an Aegis amulet that he curiously has picked up, but it's a very smart pickup as well. Jumping out is Giliara, using that 7-second cooldown reduction on his one when you hit a player. And actually teleporting over, I believe, was the Arachne Cyclone Spin. Has shielded teleport towards, and now has a really good angle to gank on Vicium. And Arachne ult is basically the perfect counter.
She's down. Forces out the ultimate. The poison did actually apply before, so she's taking damage in the air. Now she's going to have to run away. They're leaping from AD carried. One impale will be enough. He's not going to throw it out just in case he misplaces it. He's looking for the auto. Can he find it? No. The circle is going on, and now Cyclone's been had enough of that. Uses his own ultimate to force the kill. Nightcrawler.
Yeah, no way out from that one, and Unique rolling over. Gonna drop the slow Cyclone Spin. I believe using the poison there, just going to heal up a little bit before he goes back to doing spider things. Cyclone is very strong, very scary on this Arachne. 50 stacks, but with no ultimate, with Kali showing up, that's almost certainly going to be a kill. The DOT from the Lash finds it.
Yeah, Cyclone does go down. I mean, the rotation over from Flawless was good, considering he's the one that's having to do the rotations himself. Has beads, has Hog online for himself, so he's not going to be able to rotate as fast. No, Cret. No, stop. Please. It's not even been a long day.
Let's not call attention to
No joke though, Aurora's rotation in the solo lane to cover for Cyclone Spin was really smart here. Making sure that no farm is going to waste, where on the other side, Gypsy Crew, they're just minions dying for no reason.
Well, they're trying to deal with it as best they can at the moment. They've lost one tower so far. The middle tower is below half health as well. So Gypsy are in a bit of a rough spot here. I don't think we didn't see last game them get this far behind, but this time they're up against it. Too many apples, not having the best of times in mid lane, level 12 to level 14 of Horrorwind. But what can he do to get himself back into this? He's just going to farm up, play safe.
Oh, left-hand side. Jumping in is on her, will force out the Freya ultimate. All 4 hits connect, but look at AD Carry's positioning, forcing Vicium into the jungle, disperse from half of cooldown in 4 seconds. Impale finds it. Beautiful play, beautiful damage.
Yeah, but Geb didn't shield, and now Geb might go down because of that as well. He's being trapped in the body blocks, real. But so much damage going off from too many apples, trying to make the trade worthwhile onto AD Carry. He gets hit by the stun, one more auto will bring him down. Meanwhile, the brutalized damage onto Aurora. Aurora's getting low as well. AD Carry running for his life. Ragnarok forced by Fenrir just to force it out. Flawless actually going to get the kill onto AD Carry. That's great for getting that one onto Kali as well. But Geb could have saved for his life with a shield and didn't use it.
And if he did, that would have been an amazing play. Is honestly, the Chunks got greedy there. They rotated into deep into the enemy jungle, right outside the tier 2, right near the blue buff. And Unique and Whirlwind really weren't coming. It was a 2-man only rotation, which is just lazy, kind of.
It was a strange fight all in all, because Geb should have kept Freya alive. He didn't expect the damage from Impale. Then they went aggressive onto the Geb and did a great job of body blocking him, but with the too many apples rotation, that was huge, and actually turned that fight completely around for them. And then Carly was the one that ended up picking up the kill, and that's pretty big. Giving Carly that kill allows it to escalate her build towards Chins a little bit sooner. She's 500 gold away now, and 2 more waves she'll be on point for that. But speed buff being stolen away by Cyclone here. He needs to watch his position a little bit. He's going to get collapsed on.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get that speed buff, just taking it away from the jungler, but actually collapsed on. He's collapsing on too many apples there. Flawless will be in trouble, does have the Kali ultimate, but he doesn't have a good history with those. He's going to jump the wall into mid tower, and that's going to be him safe. Whirlwind picks up Penyemba.
AD Carry chasing down Betty him again, using the Desert Fury, trying to get the damage off. Only hit 2 ticks of that. Banish was forced away, using the beads, and now Fenrir has to body block for his teammate. Going to get impaled into the wall as well. Forces his beads to jump away. One more time, too many apples going to get rotated in from the backside by Unique. Needs to watch his position, forced to Path of Flames, but now that means that Fat Chunks have a free Gold Fury attempt for free. Free Gold Fury attempt for free.
And not only is it a free Gold Fury attempt for free, but it's going to be even freer with using Honor's Pillar to block off the Gold Fury. The Gold Fury got to attack twice before it died. Well played.
Two hits, not going to be enough to bring down the 4-man army of Fat Chunks. Meanwhile, Cyclone going to split push this right-hand side, keep the pressure on as the rest of his team rotate to mid lane to take that tier 1 tower down of the remnants of it, and now the right-hand Harpy's going to fall soon after.
Cyclone Spin on the right-hand side, getting a little bit cheeky with the recalls, wants to bait Flawless 22 in, who, fighting spiders and honestly kind of losing that one, has to use his Lash to kill them without taking too much damage. In the middle lane, Too Many Apples has had some trouble this game. Level 14, 3 bombs and a Spear of the Magus. He's doing okay, but it could be a lot better.
I mean, talking about Kali versus Arachne as well, 4 hands and 2 legs. I'm doing math here. 4 hands and 2 legs versus 8 legs. That's the issue. That's the issue.
Well,
My
and more legs
impeccable.
to carry more swords.
That's true. That's true.
Right, because the thing is, Kali has boots. She's got a Death Stall and Shin size. That's 3. She can only carry 1 more sword. Arachne can carry like 6 more swords.
Do you reckon when Arachne buys boots, she actually gets given 8, or does she just wear 2?
And that would be OP.
That'd be expensive. You're gonna go shopping and buy shoes as Arachne.
No, it's probably a deal, but it would only be 6 boots because she only walks on 6 legs.
That's a very good point. Well, left-hand Harpy's due to spawn in about 20 seconds time. Gold Fury is down, as we saw, taken away by Fat Chunks. The gold lead right now, 4,500 in favour of Fat Chunks Assemble. The experience lead, 9,000, and It's going to be a tough ask for Gypsy to get back into this one, but they do have Freya, they do have Carly. It's not fully over.
That's true. It's not over until the Freya and the Kali start to feed. And then it's probably over. 80 carried, forced off by the Fatalis from Vichy. I'm going to use that banish to reset. 80 carried will be able to jump soon, and he's saving it for as long as he can, but he saved it just a little bit too long. Nice feeds there. Doesn't disperse in time. He used the last of his mana on that Desert Fury. Now Giliara, very low, needs to be turned around upon. Will be able to jump for now. Too many apples, not going to connect with that one, and will die to Ymir here. Great ultimate from Aurora. Coming in is Cyclone Spin. Needs to find the right angle, but it's not onto onto the Freya, who's already been killed by Unique. Kenyemba under tower. Complete cleanup from Fat Chunk Assemble.
Yeah, Cyclone using that teleport to get over here as well. Now it's only going to be Geb against the world. Who's going to save the world? I hope he's got that emo because he's going to need it right about now. Flawless coming in though to try and help him out on the defensive duties. The tier 1 tower is dropping slowly. The stun comes out from Nuwa, hitting some nice damage onto Geb. Flawless is going to zone them away. The tower stands for now, but next wave is coming and Flawless needs to watch himself.
Cyclone Spin getting very low, but healing back up tremendously quickly with that poison. Flawless and Kenyemba will be able to hold their 2-2, or rather, it will not be pushed on, but they do lose their tier 1. Looking at gold, it's 5,500 in favor of the Chunks with 11,000 experience, and honestly, I'd say the only weakness is 80 Carat seems to having a little bit of trouble with this, right? And wow, Unique get very low from that Kali.
Very low, but 80 carried. Nice impale coming out from him to help save Unique's life in that situation. The shield did help out as well. They're going to give the right hand harpies, but no harm, no foul really, and giving those up in the extent of the lead they have on the screen right now for themselves. Minute and a half to the Gold Furies back up once again. War coverage though is in favour once again still of Fat Chunks. They've got most of the wards, and Cyclone's going to fight 3v1. I think this is a bad call.
Yeah, probably doesn't want to do that, and I don't think he's going to fully get out here as Fenrir... Oh, right, the jump goes like a million miles. So, yeah, Arachne out just using that ultimate defensively and a little bit too slippery.
A little bit too slippery for now. Continuing Fat Chunks to farm up as much as possible. Just waiting for the next objective to really start off on the way. Freya's build right now. Checking with her. She's got this. She's the Magi online. Working on the Demonic Grip more than likely next online for her. Agony mid lane. Starting to get down on his build. Working on Bancroft's Talon. Usually gets that a little bit later on. But he's going to get it because he's struggling a little bit this game. Crap.
Yeah, is struggling a little bit. So... right now, Gypsy Crew definitely on the back foot. They're down about 5k. What's their opportunity to recover? What do they do? What are they looking for?
Big team fight with Geb initiation and Carly cleanup. That's what they're looking for.
You think they want to start the fight?
I didn't let them start the Gold Fury and then force Geb to blink in and force the fight. That's what I'd like to do, more than anything else. They have the potential. They've got a couple of characters they can pick on. Cyclone Spin, squishy character. 80 carried, pretty squishy. Unique, pretty squishy. Horiwin, pretty squishy. Lots of opportunities for this double assassin composition to really wreak havoc if they get the opportunity to do that.
I'd say the hardest part for Gypsy Crew right now is teleport solo versus non-teleport solo, right? Flawless has to be very good about his rotations and sort of be preemptive without giving up too much pressure in the lane.
Gets hit by an ultimate plus another ultimate with the Desert Fury. Going to use the Cataclysm to try and buy himself some time. Going to get hit by a new war ultimate as well. That was 3 ultimates down for Geb. Now you can see AD carried leaping for Vetium. Not going to find it, but now he's out of position as here comes Fenrir.
A beautiful play with that Impair. Perfect time, and 80 carried will be able to find the burst onto Fenrir. Unique. Nice use of the Retribution Shield and will be able to dash away as Aurora. He really wants to get onto this Agni. Gonna need to use a wall to stay alive, but he's probably... Ooh, Kali. There's her wins. The minions don't go to the right place.
Aegis is used by Aurora here. Now he's going to get hit by the stun into another stun, and that's going to be a dead Aurora. Supports trade, but meanwhile Cyclone Splin is still split pushing. He should get a tier 2 tower for this for free here. There's nobody here to defend.
The curious thing is, Aurora had his wall up the entire time, and I guess he never found the decision where he felt like it would help him, but it's strange that he didn't try.
Well, they're going to try and do the Gold Fury now. Whoop goes on to Horiwind for now. The stun damage onto Vetium, he's in trouble because Cyclone Spin has just teleported in as well. He's actually looking for Flawless at the moment, trying to joke him down as much as possible. Flawless actually uses the ultimate, worried about the poison damage all being picked up. Gold Fury resets, but Cyclone chasing onto Vetium here. Vetium's in a world of hurt, actually going to get himself into a pit, run around in a circle, realise his death is nigh, and Horiwind actually tries to go in deep for Flawless here, but might get himself cut out of position. But the ultimate bait is real.
Yeah, that was the ultimate bait. Flawless will be able to find Heroine on the backside, and did the Lash get the kill?
The Lash plus minions, I believe.
Oh, minions. Yeah, okay.
Minions. That one thing that you always forget does damage minions. But
So
talking about
much.
something that does damage, Fire Giant is now being pulled, and it looks like Fadchuk's are trying to go for it. They're trying to bait people in, and it looks like Fenrir took that bait. He's going to get aggressive and actually leaps away, but Cyclone's not finished. He wants to keep chasing Brutalize. Now on cooldown. That speed up from those spiders following him. Ragnarok gets popped, but being used by Cyclone immediately to make sure he doesn't get picked up in the mouth of Ragnarok. And now the Fire Giant is free and clear and done. Fadchuk's assemble, take that one, and now they're in full control of this game.
Yeah, Fat Chunks have drafted such an amazing composition for taking Fire Giants. Ymir does so much damage. You got Arachne, which does incredible damage on her obvious innate carry. You got an auto attack jungler. Even Nuwa with her minions, with her Shining Metal, and with the Fog, and her enhanced auto attacks, just incredible for killing these objectives. Will not see the Fire Giant buff onto Heroine, but this goal should go down.
They need to fight. It's a 3v3, but they're low on mana. At least Cyclone spinners, they should be looking for this. Geb's trying to do his best to try and get this one. Gypsy's going to get the Gold Fury, but at what cost is the question? Cataclysm coming out from Geb. He's going to get a good stun coming out from Make It Rain from Too Many Apples now. But now we're going to see AD carry chasing. The Impale does connect. New ult connects as well, because that's the best skill shot in the game.
It was really hard. Heroine's... Clearly you can see just how good he is at hitting those mage ultimates. And recalling and teleporting back in is the solo laner. Diving Tower is unique, getting turned around upon a little bit by the Kali. Combat Blink used by Heroine, so greedy. Yeah, that's a big cooldown.
Missing the frost. The wall's going to connect with two. Cyclone taking a lot of poke. Fenrir can't leap over that wall though, so he's not going to be able to make it for now. Now the tier 2 tower is being pushed in mid. Raw zoning out on zoning duties for the time being as they continue pushing forward, trying to find a Phoenix.
Cyclone's been going into the right jungle and looking for a farm. I think Fat Chunk is just going to push down this left tower. With Nuwa, they've got those deliverable minions, so they don't need to push up the lane first. And they're also going to take away the red buff, super important late game. That's going to net Heroine a lot of extra damage, and Chunk seem content to just back off.
Quite content for the time, but I mean, they've got a lot of items available to themselves. They could look to try and pressure against Cyclones off split pushing right hand side. He's got 60 seconds until it comes up, so teleport comes up again. But it looks like Gypsy's trying to make some sort of assault on this left hand side themselves. Can they catch somebody over here? Nope, actually going to change the mind and back off.
Yeah, no, Unique is going to actually interrupt the recall from Flawless 22, buying some time. This isn't really a great matchup for Kali because of how important the Retribution Shield is, and showing up his 80 carry, not going to find the Impale he wants. Not going to result in anything. There's a minute and a half on the Fire Giant, and so far the Chunks have only gotten one tower?
Yeah, just one tower with the Fire Giant so far. It seems a little bit awkward here. Fat Chunks want to keep applying pressure, but Gypsy not allowing themselves to get caught too easily is the best ways of wording it. And they're grouping up nicely, trying to defend this left-hand tier 2. The final tower remaining for the Fat Chunks to take down. Aurora's actually going to rotate around here, get a good wall off, but Vetium banishes in response. Now Vetium's going to watch himself as Cyclone and AD carried come round the side as well. Carly doing back harpies. It's a 4-man grouping on the left-hand side, only 2 here to currently defend.
This tower should go down fairly easily. Pulse just ends from Freya. Nice wall off to block off any follow-up, but it's a Blink Cataclysm. The bomb's coming out. One connects onto Aurora. Great Aegis there. Flawless is going to get pushed back, but it's the Fenrir ultimate onto the Ymir, and it looks like Aurora will be getting a freeze off before he dies. Vicium will find the kill, but can the Chunks follow up? That's going to be the ultimate coming out from Kali. 80 carry jumping in, and Flawless able to get out as the Arachne looking for...
Yes,
just barely.
Is going to find the kill. Poisonous Spike does the damage it needed to. Along with the Spider's help, tier 2 tower on the left does go down, so it was a 1-for-1 trade support for a jungler. Now the remaining members of Fat Chunks, what are they going to do here? Well, they've not really got a frontline tank is the answer, so they're just going to back away with their gold in hand and see if they can go buy a couple of items. Fire Giant due up in a minute's time, correct? Will we see a fight at the Fire Giant, do you expect? Will we see that's going to be the be-all and end-all of this game?
I think it has to be. Gypsy Crew don't have any Phoenixes down, so there's not huge map pressure on them. They need to contest this next Fire Giant, and they're actually moving over there to ward. Cyclone's been, I was going to say caught out, but he is so strong right now that I don't think it's possible for him to get caught out, especially with that ultimate. Such a great escape.
Left hand side, mid lane now too many. Apples is going to take it out by Unique, but Unique's going to trade to Flawless, as I don't think he saw him coming around the back side of that one. So Flawless actually getting a shutdown advantage to him as well. Got Witchblade online here, Kret. What would you want to see him transition into next?
Well, he needs to go Fatalis, because he has beads, but he doesn't have any way to stick to his target, so the Fatalis is necessary in the build.
Heavy Hammer boys? No?
I don't think Heavy Hammer's enough under these circumstances. Especially with the Heavy Hammer already on Fender.
Very, very true indeed. I mean, if he's already got one, then he should probably transition to somebody else. Fire Giant is available right now. You can already see Fat Chunks Assemble hovering around the area, looking for a pick to start this fight off. Agony's already dead. Cyclone's been actually split pushing left right now. He does have teleport available to him, so he will join this fight if he so needs to. Good Wolf Maror forces Fenrir to jump away, and AD Kite keep putting wards down over near the right-hand Harpies, just so they've got vision. We might get a free Phoenix here if Fat Chunks can just hold off.
I do want to mention that there are not many great teleport options from Cyclone Spin here. Oh, Light is starting. AD Card going to be the first target. Nice beads, giving chase his Fenrir, and he's going to go for the kill. Great wall from Aurora on the backside. Heroin is forced up in the air and likely will die upon landing, but no, Cyclone Spin there to peel for him, and combat blinking over the wall is Heroin running for his stealth. Got his minions. Giliara will fall to the majority of the chunks. Cyclone Spin is fighting 1v4 and winning.
And still winning at the moment, and now it looks like the rest of the team is going to collapse down as well, as we saw Freya fall, Gab falls, and now Flawless is surrounded by 3 members. He's going to pop the ultimate and try and chunk down AD Carry. He's going to try and leap over the wall, or is he? He was baiting the leap over. He actually gets full health. Flawless still going at this one, but he's got no mana left, and now with that stone coming out from when Unique cleans him up, and only too many apples stands tall. Actually combat blinking away, and that should be a Phoenix, if not the game, for Fat Chunks of game 1.
Yeah, potentially could be the game, just because there's so much damage coming out of all 4 of these characters that are left alive. I mean, Ymir's damage is so underestimated. The Titan hitting about 50%. Too many apples, has to somehow try and find a way to stop this, but he's not going to be able to. The Aegis from Aurora seals the deal. That's the game. Gypsy Crew is down 0-1 to the Chunks.
0-1 to the Chunks in the final with this one-shot tournament. Guys, we'll be right back once these guys get themselves back into picks and bans, which should be momentarily.